Mercy is a disgusting movie made by Amazon to trick people into liking and accepting AI, the artificial intelligence. You know, the same AI responsible for countless people losing their jobs, the same AI responsible for GPU and RAM shortage, which will increase the price of all the electronics. AI, which is causing mental health issues and reason for people losing their critical thinking skills. So naturally, most people are losing interest in this AI hype, and because of that, these tech CEOs are in damage control mode. So this movie is also another AI propaganda by Amazon to change your mind. Also, I'm gonna completely spoil this movie because I have no respect for it, and I don't think you should waste your time trying to watch this piece of shit. But thankfully for humanity, this movie sucks gigantic, disgusting ass. Every form of filmmaking here is not here. Even though allegedly this movie is made by humans, this movie is so bad at times that you think that it was probably made by AI. We have War of the Worlds level of garbage here with just more production value and way more money thrown at it. It almost feels like Amazon is starting their own MCU. You know, the man sits in a chair and looks at bunch of screen universe. The plot of this movie is fairly simple and very stupid. So Chris Pratt is playing a cop, and that reminds me that this movie also has a lot of surveillance propaganda as well. We'll get into that. But Chris Pratt is a cop who is accused of killing his wife. He wakes up tied to this chair and he is in front of this AI known as Mercy, and he has 90 minutes to prove his innocence. And the ironic part is that his character is the one who is responsible for this Mercy AI existing, because he pushed it into the government because, you know, AI is very good and it will be net good for humanity. Only 90 minutes to prove his innocence? Like, lawyers don't exist in this universe. They just kidnap him and immediately give him this like 90-minute ultimatum. And because this movie wants you to think that AI is fair and square, the AI played by Rebecca Ferguson decides to help him, like, hey, whatever help you need, I will give it to you, but you will have to prove your innocence, otherwise I'll kill you. You know, completely normal stuff. And I understand Chris Pratt doing a movie like this because he never had a soul to begin with, but Rebecca Ferguson, like, she seemed like a smart lady. Rebecca, you realize that Jeff Bezos literally wants to take your job away. He wants AI generated actors acting in AI generated scripts, which was probably put together by some underpaid, abused intern in India. Okay, back to the plot. So whatever happens in this movie, like plot-wise, is literally designed to convince people that all kinds of wrong things that AI does is okay. Because, hey, it's about the safety of the people. So one big thing is that Chris Pratt needs a lot of information to fight his case, you know, because he's not allowed to move, he's stuck in a chair. And because of this, AI provides him all the information that he needs. And in doing so, they commit so many privacy invasions, it is baffling. Like, I have a list of most of the privacy invasions they do in the movie, and then movie endorses that, hey, it's okay. So for example, they go through people's social media accounts without their permission, like private, public, everything, and scan those. They go through everyone's emails whenever they want, whoever they want. They have access to public web cameras. They also have access to in-house cameras, so they can look at people however, whenever they want. They also have access to any kinds of call logs and call recordings. And not just call, actually, they have access to any mobile phone or any digital device they want. And the worst part is that during investigations, they have this cop running around like chasing criminals, right? So if they say that, oh, Mercy wants to talk to you, you better talk, otherwise you risk getting executed on the spot. I mean, to give credit where it's due, this movie does accurately capture the power fantasy all these billionaires and world governments have at the moment. Every single time any of these privacy invasions are committed in this movie, every character acts as if it is completely normal. No one ever questions like, hey Mercy, why are you in my data? Hey Mercy, why are you up my ass? Because, you know, Mercy is just trying to keep the world safe from all the bad guys. So to catch up the plot, like, Chris Pratt is on this stupid trial and there is a lot of plot convoluted bullshit happens, and they realize that the villain is one of the colleagues of his wife. He is the one who murdered the wife and then framed Chris Pratt. So here's the thing. Villain had a brother, and that brother was wrongfully accused by AI for criminal charges, so they captured him and executed him. So now the villain wants revenge. Initially in the movie, they play like, oh, the villain is lying, his brother was definitely a criminal. But later, movie reveals that, yeah, the villain is correct. His brother was wrongfully accused and executed by AI. And the brother framed Chris Pratt because he's the one responsible for mercy. Like, he's the one who pushed AI into the system. So in trying to do propaganda, movie itself makes a very strong case against AI, and especially AI surveillance, like how dangerous it can be. So the villain also has another goal, like he has a truck full of explosives and he wants to take that truck and ram it all the way into the AI data center so he can destroy Mercy for good. Which is a little bit extreme, I get it, but looking at the current landscape of AI and mass surveillance, I'm like, yeah, I get it, dude, I get it. And during all of this, we have some of the most incompetent police work I have seen in a movie chase. Like, for example, this dude has a truck, right? It's a regular truck. It doesn't have any special technology, no special protection. And the dude himself is also completely normal. No cyborg robot bullshit. No, it's just a regular dude driving his regular truck full of explosive. And the police, on the other hand, has access to Mercy, the world-class AI. They have flying bikes. Yeah, there's like literally these flying bikes they just go around on. They have God knows how many jeeps and whatnot like at their disposal, all the weapons. Despite having all of this access, they are not able to stop this truck. They don't try shooting the tires. They don't even bother throwing those metal spikes, you throw in front of the cars so the tires explode and the truck can't move anymore. None of it. So at the end, the villain manages to ram the truck inside the AI data center, but it still doesn't explode because there's this button he needs to press, simply because villain really wanted to make sure that the Chris Pratt is in the building before he blows it up, which is fair, I guess. And here I was genuinely shocked. I was like, no way they actually made AI the villain. Like, in a sense, that AI made such a massive mistake. But of course, it's Amazon propaganda, so here's the disgusting part. See, the AI did make mistake and it did wrongfully accuse the villain's brother and execute him. However, AI only made that mistake because a human interfered. Yes, the true villain of this movie is actually a human being. So it turns out there is this cop who planted fake evidence, and that led AI to believe that the guy is a criminal. So after learning that this cop is the real criminal in the movie and AI never had any bad intentions, AI never did anything wrong, Chris Pratt says one of the most disgusting sentences I have heard in a long time. So at the end, he's hugging his daughter or something. By the way, yeah, the daughter gets kidnapped. There's like a whole plot of that, but I don't care. So at the end, he's hugging his daughter and he says like, humans or AI, we all make mistakes. Fuck you, Chris Pratt. Now, normally I would recommend watching a movie like this, but here I would say just don't. Don't check it out. First of all, because it's a terrible propaganda. And second, the movie is not even like so bad it's funny. It's just very incompetent and boring. Also, I can tell you with assurance that Chris Pratt is again going to be into one of my top 5 worst movies of the year. I think this is going to be number 1, but let's wait and watch how worse 2026 can get. Dear Universe, by the way, it's not a challenge, okay? Don't things are already bad enough. We don't need to make it worse. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye, take care, and have some fun with fiction.